What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 7 NHL 25 Nashville Predators Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for the last episode. If you could also leave a thumbs up in this one, I'd really appreciate it. Real quick, I saw some of you guys not believing in me to stick with Saros. As you can see, he's looking really good in the preseason. 932 save percentage, 198 goals against. Again, I wanted to stay loyal to him, actually have the same goalie for all 8 years. I thought that'd be more fun than, bringing in Ravensburg, which we've done before. Hurricanes, they're actually coming off back-to-back Stanley Cups after signing Austin Matthews. I'm hoping our team can get it done. Last year, definitely, we had a better team, was a better chance, but we brought in a new head coach in Paul Maurice, so I'm hoping, maybe he can bring this team further in the playoffs. Now, first line there is still the same, still stats. You got Forsberg, Stenberg, and Marner. I'm going to try talking to all of them, try to get that to +5 chem boost. Same with all the other players. I've actually got Diorio, Svechkov, and Misa now in the second. I think I showed you guys end of the last episode, McCamey there on the second, but honestly, he's like a defensive specialist. I mean, honestly, insane defensive stats for a forward. 95 D awareness, 97 stick check, 5-star physical. Offensively, though, puck skills, shooting really aren't there, where Svechkov's actually got really good puck skills. So I think he'll play better there with Misa and Diorio on the second line. You also got Aatu Räty there, very good defensively. And then Stenberg on the third line. Fourth line, I think, is the same. Joshua, Gute, Davidson. So hopefully, they can play well. Offensively here, definitely a lot of changes. We just got absolutely destroyed by the salary cap, especially with our captain, Roman Josi, signing for 14 million bucks. Just couldn't keep him. So we got Luke Hughes, Clark on the top pair. Clark's a 95. Now Anderson there on the second with Tapper. And then you got Cripps, Carrier on the bottom. I actually should mention too, and speaking of the salary cap, you guys missed last episode, Stenberg here. I was hoping to get him for 12 million bucks or less. He got an offer sheet for $20 million, or basically 19.9. I believe that made him the highest paid player in the NHL. Had to match it, 2 years left. We can't just be taking those picks. And again, controversial decision here. Go with Saros. He's 35. He's down to an 86, but hopefully if he has a good season this year, he can pop back up. Also, Prust there behind him, the 83 overall medium elite. So he's got a good backup, which is nice to see. Looking at Power Play 1 here, they're all 90 plus. With a +5 chem boost, they're going to do even better. Power Play 2 here, I think, actually looks pretty cool. Trying something new. This is what the Avs rocked, I think, last season. 3 defensemen there. Brock Cripps, Rasmus Anderson, Luke Hughes. They're all solid offensively. Obviously, everybody knows about Luke Hughes. Anderson's got the tape-to-tape. Brock Cripps got 99 passing, so I think that should actually do pretty well. Four-mans, I think both of them are looking good. In terms of the PK, obviously, this is going to be a strong part of this team. Like Svechkov, McCamey, are you kidding me? 2 absolute defensive beasts. You got Anderson, Clark on the top pair. They're both 90-plus defensemen. Forsberg's really good. He's got 94 D awareness playing with Ratu there. Even PK3, I think, will be fine when they're out there. So, again, McCamey, Svechkov, Ratu. We probably have 3 of the best defensive centers in the league. So, hopefully that can be a difference maker for this team. In terms of the AHL team, you got Kantsarov there playing with Green, Reshevsky. Green's a really good playmaker. 2 snipers on his wing. I think I'm actually going to put Fedotov there on the second line. He actually won the MVP for our season in the playoffs last year. Should mention AHL team coming off a Calder Cup win. Very cool to see. In terms of the defense there, you got Buckinger 80, Merca 81. So we've got defensive, players coming up. Forward-wise, might have to make a trade. But in terms of net too, Finger here and Linglet, both medium-league potential. So again, have some trade pieces. Just have to, try and find somebody that's not making a lot of money. In terms of captaincy, guys, with Josi leaving, of course, we had to name a new C. No surprise here. We gave it to Philip Forsberg. Marner there wearing an A. And then I've actually got Clark wearing the other A. I thought about maybe getting to Svechkov because, of course, he's an original Nashville Predator. But I feel like Clark, 95 overall, #1 defenseman. He'd probably be a guy, wearing a letter, leading by example. Now, before we get started here, guys, with the simulation, you can see here we got 92 offense and defense, 87 goaltending. Highest rated player right now actually is Brandt Clark, speaking of him. So hopefully this year, even though we're not as good on paper, we can have some luck finally in the playoffs. Also, to you guys, in terms of the re-sign phase here, you can see all of our top players luckily are under contract, except for McCamey, but we kind of knew he's probably just a 1-year rental. I am curious, 90 overall, not really offensive. 9.9 million extension dollars. We have 870K. We're actually going to be losing money next year. That is crazy. So we'll have to qualify him, which we should be able to do, only making $1 million this year, and then trade him for the best, return we can get. Diorio here, again, 870K. I'm just kind of getting an idea. 4.6. That'd be honestly nice to sign him to right now. I think he'll have a big year playing second line. Everyone else there, aside from Joshua, under contract. Diorio, we definitely, I think, can fit in. And then Prust here. We might be able to sign to an extension. Yeah, he wants 1.1 for 2, 1 year, 900K. So we actually probably could just get him signed through 30K less. And unfortunately, guys, Prust said no. Even though the offer was 30K less, I felt that that was pretty fair. And now, still at the beginning of the season here, guys, wanted to show the new chemistry as I talked to every single player to improve the scheme fit. First line's now a +5, second's a +3, same with the fourth, third's a +2, defensively as well. 5, 1, and 4, so that should definitely give a big boost to this team. And we're in December here, guys. Panthers offering us Kuzmenko in a 5th for a 2nd. We do need an upgrade at 3rd line right wing. He's got top 9 potential now, though, so I'm assuming he's not too great. And yeah, he's an 81, 3 goals, 25 games. I do see Sam Reinhart, Samoskevich, Ekblad all on the block. Reinhardt here is an 88. He'd actually be unreal. 8.6 for the next 2 years. I mean, I don't know how we can make that trade happen, but I'll definitely keep it in mind come trade deadline. And now check this out, guys. We're at the end of December here with a record of 27, 6, and 1. Absolutely crushing it. And somehow we're still tied with the Stars for first in the division. Pacific, they're behind us. Red Wings only a point back at 54, so some competition for sure. In terms of the AHL team, 15, 11, and 3. They're actually outside of a playoff spot right now, but they're tied in points for the 4th spot, so I feel like they still could get in. And now with the trade deadline here, guys, record 45, 14, and 1, so we're continuing to play really, really well. 91 points there. I think has us first NHL. It does. Again, though, Stars, 88 points. Red Wings as well, right on our heels. In terms of the AHL team, they're actually in a playoff spot now. 2nd place there in the division, so good to see them playing well. Hopefully, they can actually repeat as Calder Cup champions. And I see Fedottov's actually leading the team in points there with 48. In terms of the NHL team, Saros is playing well, 911 save percentage. Forsberg's got 84 points already at the trade deadline. That's unreal. He's become an absolute superstar for us, which I'd love to see. I actually made his goal this year winning RS trophies. Would love if he could do that. Also, too, I see Luke Hughes, 57 points. Are you kidding me? As a D-man, that's also unreal. So, again, our main kind of goal here at the deadline is trying to find some depth scoring, looking for an upgrade at third-line winger, somebody a bit better than Stenberg. Also, too, a fourth-line center that's better than Gute, just defensively, would be an added bonus. I think defensively we're fine. Saros is our starting goalie. Will Eklund would be sick. I don't really know how it's going to work. Again, we have a very little cap space, so anyone with a big cap hit, we cannot fit in. Lennon in there as a goalie. If he wasn't, that could work. Mackenzie Weegar as well, I think, making too much money. We got 2.5 million, so you know what? On actually 50% retained, we could actually potentially make that happen. Same with Buchnevich there. And Kai was actually an overall lower but higher valued, probably just because of a few years younger there than Buchnevich. So, I mean, we'll just see if this trade could actually happen. It says we could take on his full contract at the deadline. Although, like, you can't always trust this game. So I'm just going to have them retain 50%. Make sure we don't lose anyone on waivers. Because they might be thinking we can take them on with, you know, putting somebody else through waivers. Maple Leafs first round pick there has a good amount of value. We should actually go take a look. How bad are they playing? 29, 26, and 5. Okay, they're not terrible. I'm probably still not going to trade the pick, but obviously for the right deal, it would make sense. I don't think it's going to be a lottery pick or anything. And now look at this. St. Louis wants Bob Beek, 20 years old, 59 overall, our only elite goalie that's not signed. He looks to be about half of Buchnevich's value. We could also add our first round pick because we should be better team than the Leafs. At that point, the value is actually on our side. Try and get back like a third rounder there from the Blues. I think that's pretty even. And they say yes. Okay, honestly, we just accomplished everything I wanted to. He'll play probably, honestly, second line right wing above Diorio. Take a look and see how he's doing. And again, we're going to have to trade McCamey in the summer, try and find a way to sign Diorio somehow. 27 goals, 15 assists. Not too bad, but I think Buchnevich definitely is an upgrade. And are you kidding me, guys? Look at this. Philip Forsberg last year at 105, 112 the year before that. Right now, he's got 87 and 61, and he's dropped to 86 overall. He started the year at 92. He dropped 6 overall in like 4 months, even though he's playing unreal. His speed there fallen off a cliff. So dumb. His puck skills as well. 77 passing, but he's still performing like crazy. So, again, he's our new captain, unless he starts asking for some crazy money. Actually, we got him locked in for the rest of this, but yeah, I don't know why he's falling so much. And now checking goalies here, guys. I'm curious to see Saros' stats. 909, so yeah, he's still playing really well. Press behind him, 918. He's only played 2 games. Oh, no, did I leave? I definitely left auto-rotate goalies off. Wow, so Saros already has 45 wins. I gotta turn that back on. I totally forgot to change that. Might be why we're playing so well. No, I did not mean to kind of fix the system, but come playoff time, you run the starting goalie anyway, so, you know, not too much of an advantage. And the trade line's not complete, guys. As I mentioned, just made that one move there for Buchnevich. Hopefully that's enough to kind of push us over the edge. I mean, we're already first NHL, so should help us out, but you never know with this game. Trevor Zegras there on the move to the Devils. Very interesting. I think in real life that'd actually be a really solid trade for them to make. Philip Bystedt there to the Flyers, Poirier there to the Panthers, Owen Beck to the Capitals. Let's see, well, Cooley to the Red Wings, I'd like that. Kaliev to the Blue Jackets, Broberg there to the Bruins, our trade for Buchnevich. You got, let's see, Sean Dursey to the Wild. It's kind of it, so I think we probably actually made the biggest trade of the day. I didn't see like Will Eklund or anyone else in the top 10 there on the move. And I look at the team here, guys. What I'm thinking is Emilio Gute is going to be scratched just because he's playing 4th line, but not very good defensively. Like Davidson's a lot better, and then Joshua, of course, a lot better physically. They're also both on that 3rd PK. Gute actually isn't playing anywhere. And so after the trade deadline, guys, here's an updated look at the team. I decided to actually keep the top 6 intact, just because if Diorio goes down to the third line, we then have 2 playmakers on the second line. The chemistry actually goes up, but then the third line chemistry is worse. So a lot more balanced here, just gives us even more depth. I think too, Buchnevich only playing like the second power play, but we take Anderson off, so it's no longer 3 defensemen. I think that, you know, should actually probably be a little bit better. So again, Buchnevich there was a depth forward move. We were already playing really well. Should make us even better. All right, guys. So at the end of the season now with a record here of 58, 19, and 5. 2 wins shy of 60, but still an unreal year. 121 points, which was good for the President's Trophy. I think the next best team is actually the Hurricanes there, 113. Obviously, they're looking to three-peat, so there'll be a tough match if we can actually face them in the Stanley Cup Final. AHL team here back in the playoff picture. They're second place in the division. So we'll see if they can, you know, defend their title. We'll see if we can actually, you know, make a deep run. I'm trying to think, have we made it past the second round? I don't think we have. It's pretty bad. I should know this, but honestly, we've had so many first round exits. So take a look here, guys, and see how everyone did this season. Philip Forsberg, again, 100 plus points as an 86 overall. Now is crazy. Marner, 100 plus point season. Love seeing that. Unfortunately, I see Forsberg actually lost most of his X factors. So he's going to start to decline rating-wise. I'm still going to play him up in the top 6, especially if he's putting up 100 points like he did this season. Stenberg there was close to 100, so he got paid and definitely performed for us. Clark at 80 points as D-man. That's crazy. Luke Hughes, 73. To have 2 defensemen putting up 90 points, honestly, kind of a cheat code. Misa, 75 there. Svechkov, 55. Diorio at 50 right on, same with Buchnevich. Third line for us. Still, though, played pretty well. 14 points. Was on the second power play. Actually had 5 power play points. Anderson there, almost 50 points. Might be the guy that goes this summer, so we can actually keep Diorio and then probably try and, you know, trade McCamey for somebody else on entry-level deal. Ratu was close to 40. Speaking of McCamey, you can see very good defensively, like plus 18, but not putting up the points. He does have the gold shutdown now. It might actually increase his rating. We'll see everyone else there. Kind of what you'd expect. And now goalie-wise here, Saros, 10 shutouts on the year. Oh my goodness, that probably led the league. We'll take a look. 911 save percentage. I actually had his goal be 9.1 or higher, so he should get a bit of a boost. Hopefully, he'll go back up to like an 88, 259 goals against. AHL team, Finger there, 6 shutouts to 912. Oh my gosh, I just remembered I forgot to put auto-rotate goalie back on, so Finger played every game in the A, and then Prust didn't get a game, but the times he came in, he actually played very, very well. I guess for playoffs, it doesn't even matter. In terms of AHL scoring, Fedotov there leading the way. And now look at the entire league here, guys. You had Austin Matthews winning the Art Ross Trophy, 124. Probably the Maurice Richard, too, with 71. Yeah, Connor Bedard next closest at 53. So behind him, Matthew Tkachuk there, 115. How about that game the other night, guys? Canada, USA, Tkachuk brothers and Miller all just wanted to fight us Canadians for some reason right off the get-go. Aho, Marner was in the top 5, so that's sick. Forsberg in the top 3. Connor Bedard, Nylander, Reinhardt, obviously Stenberg not too far behind. Savage here, who's this guy? Jets player, 9th overall, 2028. Now defensive scoring here, Quinn Hughes led the way with 82. Brant Clark, though, 2 points less and a plus 54 compared to Hughes plus 2. I think Clark's winning Norris Trophy, so that is awesome. And then, I mean, Hughes there, tied with Bouchard for 3rd in defensive scoring. McCarr kind of an off year, honestly, 72 points. So good to see our defensemen, you know, stepping up like that. Goaltending here, Saros most wins by far. Again, kind of cheated it, not having the backup play at all. He actually was tied, though, with the Askarov, our old goaltender there, 10 shutouts. Save percentage-wise, it's going to go to Askarov, 924. And then goals against here, the lowest for a starter is going to also be Askarov. So I think he's probably going to win it. I'm honestly not sure how much they value wins for the Vezina. And then rookie skaters here, Casey McKenna, 67 points. Now, in terms of the entire league, guys, as I mentioned, we're taking on the President's Trophy. So I'd say a pretty good first season there for Paul Maurice as our head coach. The Flames kind of squeaking in at 18. Last in the league, you got the Vegas Golden Knights, 54 points. Okay. Goals for, we were first place, 335. Goals against, we were also first place, 216. So let's go. Saros, they're going to get the William Jennings, which I think should help Bruce's rating. I don't know if it actually will, but you'd think in theory lowest goals against would boost a guy's rating. And on the first round here, guys, we got the Calgary Flames. They got Zary there on the first line, 89 overall. Rubric, Martone. That's kind of nuts. Martone, they got 3rd overall, 25. Rubric, 8th overall, 26. Fiala's on the team there. You got Carter Bear. Hurricala, okay. Bertuzzi still playing in 84. Joey Ginla, of course, we saw they got, which I think is pretty cool. Defensively, Uyghur's in the top pair with Perek. Gogolev there, Aitchison, Stenlin, and Hensler. Defense actually looks really good. Now, their goaltending is definitely the weak spot. Zarubin and Sogard there, 83, 82 respectively. They lost Dustin Wolf. They also lost Vladosh. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, we're first place in the league. Think we'd win against the 8th seed, but you never know. So first 2 games, guys, are going to be at home in Nashville. As long as we get 1, you know, like, just give us a shot. Okay, there we go. 1 game 1, 5-2. Let's try and keep it rolling here. Game 2, unfortunately, the loss, but was an OT, so it was close. Head to Calgary now. Definitely like the battle of the Cowboys this series. 3-2 win there for the Calgary Flames. And then in Game 4, another win, 7-4. Let's go. Game 5 here. Can we seal the deal at home? And we do get it done. Let's go. 6-4. So on to the second round here. Paul Maurice, so far, you know, showing his worth. And speaking of like a Cowboy matchup, guys, next year we got the Dallas Stars in round 2. We played them a lot in these playoffs, and they've gotten the better of us pretty much every time. Robertson, Johnston, and Stankoven. What an unreal first line. Honestly, those guys probably going to be the core of the Stars' future. You got Eisman on the second. Rupe Hintz still there at 34, looking good. Nick Schmaltz, of course, a former player of ours. Bjork, Norris, McMichael, Sinekin, Pavel Laine here, 22s, up to an 86 already, and Stewart. And then defensively here, they got Siegenthaler on the top pair with Heiskanen, Niemela, Del Mastro, Korczak, Benning. Okay, so after the top D pair, no depth. It's all 80s. They still have Andre, though, in net 88. I mean, hopefully can expose, you know, that weak defensive depth. We'll see what happens. So far through the playoffs, we're first in goals for. They're first in goals against. Okay, so going to be a battle for sure. Misa's got 7 points for us. Laine's got 7 points for them, playing fourth line. So here you go, guys. First 2 games are going to be at home. Of course, we'll have home ice advantage the entire way. One game, 6-3. Unfortunately, lose game 2. Head to Dallas now. If we can win at least one here, tie it up, I'd be happy. Okay, all I wanted was one, and unfortunately, we lose both. Can we force game 7? Game 5? Nope, we can't even force game 6. Are you kidding me? So new head coach, more of the same. Cannot get by the Dallas Stars. AHL team, though, is in the conference final. Chance to repeat here if they can make it. They got the Abbotsford Canucks, and they won the first 2. And then, unfortunately, they lose in 7. Are you kidding me? I didn't actually realize they lost game 1 there. I kind of missed that. They actually made it 2-1 there, tied 2-2. Then it was 3-3, unfortunately, losing in 7. And again, the Dallas Stars here in the NHL. I can't seem to get by them for some reason. Are you kidding me, guys? Playoffs are now complete, and the Hurricanes just three-peat. Wow. So signing Austin Matthews really just propelled their team into new heights. Vegas holds on to number 1. Colorado, wow, didn't expect them to be that bad now. Goes from 4-2. Maybe for Hurricanes fans, you can see Mikko Rantanen kind of do what Matthews is doing for you here, but that is just unreal. So take a look here at that playoff tree. Hurricanes in round 1 beat the Panthers in 7. Capitals in 7. Red Wings in 7, and then the Stars in 5. So we did lose the Western Conference champion, and the fact that like the Hurricanes went 7 games until the final and then won that one 5. Pretty, tough road there. Brant Clark for us in the playoffs, over a point per game. Misa, Forsberg, both close. And look at that. Forsberg's actually shot back up to an 88. We'll see if he keeps it during the summer. There's honestly a pretty good chance he'll lose it. Saros here, below 900 save percentage in the playoffs. He's still an 86. I think he'll, hopefully get a boost come this summer. Now, awards here, guys. Again, team awards. We get a President's Trophy, wanted the Stanley Cup, but what are you going to do? Individually here, Matthews, Art Ross Trophy, his 3rd straight. So yeah, just absolute domination with that team. 3rd straight Hart. Like, come on. Brant Clark, though, does win the James Norris. We've had, back-to-back Norris winners. Pretty cool. Nylander there, Leedy Bing, McKenna Calder, Matthews, Conn Smythe. He's won it all 3 years. We got to stop this dynasty next season, which, of course, will be the final episode. Askarov there did win the Vezina. Saros still got the William Jennings, as I mentioned. You got Gerard there, winning Bill Masterton, Jets coach Jack Adams, Byfield Selke, Matthews, Ted Lindsay, and then Maurice Richard. So yeah, somehow Matthews on the Hurricanes just became like a prime Merrill Lemieux. In terms of AHL, guys, we'll take a quick look here at the stats. Fedotov actually led the league in points. Okay, so good for him coming off winning like MVP in the playoffs last year. It's honestly pretty sweet. Finger also best goalie. Take a look here and see if we want anything else. No, we didn't, but yeah, okay. So hopefully last year, like I said, finally get some luck in the playoffs. Now it's time to look at retired players here, guys. Hopefully Forsberg does not retire. That would kind of screw us. I don't see his name, but Buchnevich does. That is interesting. Only 36. He played in St. Louis his entire career. 21 games with us at the end, a chance at the cup, and just decides to call it quits. Mark Stone there was with the Blackhawks. Zibanejad with the Flames. Couturier. Pietrangelo was a free agent. And Chushkin, Arvidsson, of course, former player of ours there. Dougie Hamilton, Seth Jones. Okay, so you got some players. Nobody too crazy goaltending-wise. Vasilevsky, definitely the biggest name being retired. Then you got John Gibson behind him. So we're at the draft now, guys. We'll take a look and see if there's anybody, we could potentially get here. We do have that Maple Leafs first-round pick. Wow, Cooper Brooks, franchise potential from Halifax. Next, Nathan McKinnon, Owen Nolan, similar styles, interesting. Some medium elites behind him. Take a look at gems here. Guaranteed elite goalie, going to be, what is that, like a mid-second rounder. A low top 4 is not even worth it. Let's go. Danish defenseman. Guaranteed elite. Our scouts are hitting, so we can definitely use him to trade because with 1 year left, not going to be much good to us. This Norwegian goalie, probably a high starter, but could get him early 3rd round, so definitely worth the risk either way. You also got this guaranteed low elite Swedish center, going to go like 7th round. Another good find there by the scouts. Guaranteed low top 6s from Germany and Hungary. They're going to be like literally last picks of the draft. Again, scouts are doing well. And now look at this, guys. Brant Clark's got max trade value being a 95. I am curious. So McCamey we can't bring back. He's elite potential, 88 overall. He's actually dropped a couple, but he's got the zone ability now. Could we trade him to Vegas for 1st overall? It doesn't look like it would happen. We'd have to take back a player. Jack Hughes on Vegas now. That is interesting. Carson Kuhlman's the guy they want to get rid of. The first there has too much value, but honestly, what if with McCamey, or you know what if instead of McCamey, Anderson would go there? Anderson for the 1st overall pick. We're actually probably paying a bit too much, but trades rejected. Oh my goodness. Do we do Anderson and McCamey for 1st overall, a franchise guy, just for fun? We'd have to add one more player. Do we have time? I was looking at the scouts too long. Sapo, I'm not even trying to say that name. There we go. Okay, so we just overpaid for sure, but there's only so many guys on entry-level deals, and it's definitely easier to get a franchise guy an entry-level deal when it's the 1st overall pick than it is to trade for him once he's drafted. You can see Henderson, McCamey, 2nd and 3rd valued player immediately. And yeah, like I said, that 1st overall pick, we'll see Jacobson here. He's actually, yeah, this is what kind of value to look at. He is a bit higher rated, but still, it would have been a max value player we're trading for. 1st overall, we gave up a 92 defenseman, 88 center. I know people don't like me trading for picks, but I think that was pretty fair. Like, we literally gave them #1 defenseman and a top line forward. So Cooper Brooks, come on down, final year, 81 medium franchise potential, power forward. Roll their 4th line. I'm playing him top 6 first year because he could easily be like a high 80 by the end of the season if he's doing well. Speaking of, 105 points with Halifax there. He was absolutely tearing up the queue. And I just did our next pick here, guys, in the 1st round, number 21. There's a couple of guys I was eyeing. Looks like the one is gone. Actually, no, they're both here. Pillman, the Finnish forward, and then Gok, German defenseman. Pillman, I think, had 2 NHL ETA. The defenseman had 3, so we'll go with him. And 67 overall, playmaking, right winger. That's actually pretty good. Unfortunately, don't have time to see him develop, but still a nice pick. Right here, trying to move up 7 spots with the Leafs, offering up a 6th. They say yes. That's to actually get that Norwegian goalie who could be high elite. I doubt it. He's probably high starter, but honestly, it is worth the chance. So we'll take him with our next pick here, guys. Jonathan Bertram, come on. And he is high elite. Are you kidding me? What a pick. 3rd round, 47 overall, high elite goalie. Again, way too low rated to be anything, but he can be used for a big time trade. We've actually got some cap space now too. Of course, trading away Anderson can sign Diorio. We'll actually have a little bit of money left over, which again we'll probably use at the trade deadline just because our money can go further than you know it would in the summer. Trying to trade up again here, guys. The Vegas Golden Knights offering up a 7th there to move up like 30 spots in the 4th. They said yes. I wasn't sure if they would, but honestly, once you're in the mid rounds, like you can jump a lot higher for cheaper because you know it's a lot of the same players now. Reason for this, another guy I have pinned. Did he already get taken? No, he didn't. So Sims here, the guaranteed elite Danish defenseman, Shannon Sims, 54 overall, medium elite. What a draft we're having so far. Franchise forward, top 6, then a high elite goalie, medium elite defenseman. Unreal. And now with our next pick here, guys, number 156. I'm actually going to reach a bit, take Modine, who's guaranteed low elite, and then we'll probably just trade for literally the last 2 picks in the draft. He's only 52 overall, but that's still a really good value at that point. And next year, guys, we're trying to get a couple 7th round picks for the Capitals for Kulo Numi and a 7th in the future. Both those 7ths are going to be used for those 2 guys. So like I said, could go last, but Capitals had 2 7ths, so just made it easier to make the trade. So pick number 23 here, 7th round. Go to our pin. Hopefully these guys are potential insane. Kind of funny. This guy's higher ranked, but our scouts have him way lower. So the German here, let's see. He is low top 6. Okay, so far so good. I know the one time we got screwed. The low top 6 ended up being like a medium bottom 6, like was so far off. And then next year we got Rich Roenick, kind of a sick name, honestly. 52 overall, low top 6. So yeah, what a draft, honestly, guys. We hit every single spot, especially like, you know, those late round steals. And of course, led by the 1st overall franchise player. All right, guys, we're at the resign phase here with just under $10 million in cap space. Again, traded Anderson, plus I think the salary cap goes up about $2 million every summer. Now, Diorio needs a contract. Last year, he played pretty well. He wants 6.5. That's actually really reasonable. Will leave us with a few million bucks, like I said, for the trade deadline. Does he get cheaper at all? He doesn't. So we'll just give him the 3 years he wants. Try and save a little bit of money. See if he take like $6 million right on, which I think he would. Now, Dakota Joshua has been a good 4th liner for us on a 1-year deal. Let's see. He doesn't want the 1. I guess we only have 1 left. Who cares? I would take him back. He's got that physicality, so we'll try 1.25. He should say yes because it wasn't the final bar. Reshevsky here, good AHL player. He'll come back league min, so that's nice. And of course, Brooks here, guys, our franchise player. I realized he'd probably be 3rd line wing to start, but honestly, like I said, if he does, you know, shoot up in rating, Could definitely see him taking over for Diorio on the second line. And now this kind of sucks. Alexander Carrier here dropped to a 79. He was a 82 last summer when we signed him. So, I mean, we still have Mertka there on the bottom pairing. And honestly, Buckinger maybe could be the other guy. 27. Defense awareness isn't amazing. If he'd sign like a league min, which he would, then yeah, worst case scenario, we'll have him. And I'm pretty sure with Carrier, no move clause means I can't send him down to the AHL, so worst case, he would just be scratched. In terms of the goaltending guys, Saros here is still an 86. Pruss is an 85 now. He honestly might pass him. He wants 2.5 on a 2. 1 year, you go down to 1.4. So we definitely want to do that. His interest does drop a ton, so it looks like I have to overpay a bit. Honestly, because this is a guy we could potentially qualify. I think we will, because if we lose him to an offer sheet, we have Finger there who's going to be like an 82 or 83 after the summer anyways. And he's also trying to get a little bit more than I'd like to pay as an AHL goalie, so we'll qualify him. Linglet is a 78 at 24. Even though he's elite, that's really not great. Yeah, we're just going to qualify, I think, all 3 of these goalies. Hopefully they say yes. And there we go, guys. Dakota Joshua said yes. Good to have him back in the 4th line. Diorio rejected. Wants to test for agency. I mean, he doesn't actually have the option to. We'll qualify him. See if we can actually get him under contract here. We'll try to give him like an extra 200K. And there we go. Diorio said yes. And that leaves us with 4.2 million in cap space. Forward-wise, we are set. Defensively, could use some help bottom pair. Right now, it's Mertka, Buckinger. I wouldn't mind improving that. But honestly, worst case, like, we're looking pretty good for next year. And so we're now in free agency, guys. Curious to see who's out there. Cole Caulfield, 91 overall. Hits free agency. Carlson, there's an RFA. Let's see. Frank Nazar, Connor Geeky, LaHaru. Could bring him back, former player. Never mind. 10 million bucks. Absolutely no way that happened. So we actually have 5.1 million. I'm not sure how our cap space just jumped 900K, but I will take it. Loktionov there, 86 overall winger, 3.5 we could sign, but RFA, I mean, I doubt they don't match. That's a pretty fair price from him. He's like 1 overall below Diorio and asking for half the money. Wassel in here, 85, 2.9. My goodness. Some really good offers here for some RFA players. Now, Simishev wants 7 million. Okay, so defenseman's going to cost us. Let's take a look. I mean, these guys want like 7 million bucks. They're 87. That's why Anderson was honestly so valuable too. 92, only making that. Bottom pairing guy. Can we get somebody cheap? RFA here. Boumediene. He's good offensively, but honestly, we need more of like a defensive kind of physical guy. Reed here, UFA. What the heck? Why? 24 years old. 90D awareness. Shot block and stick check kind of sucks. Same with physical, but could try and improve that a bit this summer. I'll give him like 1.2 million on a 1 year. I think could be a good player. Didn't say yes immediately though. Svozil here used to play with Bedard. He's basically what we already have, so not even really worth signing. Now Arbor Jacka is available. Enforcer defenseman. Let's take a look. 97 aggressiveness and body check. 92 strength. He's got what? 81D awareness, but decent shot block and stick check. Let's see. Last year he did not play. The year before that though he had 16 points, 138 penalty minutes. So that's the issue. Is he just going to have us in the box a ton? I think he probably will. Discipline there's 45. He does have the truculence X factor though. Honestly guys, I'm going to make Arbor Jacka an offer. I think it could just be fun having him on that bottom D pair. Somebody stand up for our star players. And he said yes. So if the other young guy says yes too, I'll probably end up just being a really good AHL defenseman for us. And with that, we still have 4.9 million cap space. So let's see if we can potentially get Brady Wassel in here. I'm going to offer him like, I don't know, 3.5 on a 1 year. Hopefully that's like a 3rd round pick. It's a 2nd round pick. I'm bumping it up to 3.75. We'll see what the Senators say. I assume again that they're going to match, but you do never know. Now taking a look here at goalies, haven't done that yet. Herenstam's a top 189. He's an RFA. Levi though is not. Same with Trey Augustine, 88 overall. Most of these elite goalies are ours. You got Ivankovic there as well. Two-way, if there's anybody good we can sign for free, we will. Malota, 25.79. That's not terrible, not amazing, honestly. I'm just going to let him go. Now, in terms of AHL defenseman here, Cristoforo, only a 72 at 25. That hurts to see as a Spitz fan. Cleveland there. Actually, wow. Bertucci, physical 4-star. He's got 89 shot block stick check. This guy actually looks really good. Potentially could beat out Jack Guy. Give him an extra little bit of money. Or Dallas has his rights, but we'll still make that offer. And then in terms of forwards here, I mean, there's a couple 77s at 25. Paris Cax not bad. Bodwin there, power forward. Could make offers on both these guys, although if we get them, which I think we will, because yeah, they only want league min, probably have to trade away a couple of our bad contracts to make sure we have room for everyone else. So right here, guys, offering up Stiga, which hurts, but unfortunately, never turned anything. Just had that one awesome goal there for the U.S. the World Juniors. Also, Morozov, low top 4, but 67 at 20 is nothing special. Need to clear some space. 3rd round pick, obviously, a lot easier to use in trades as well than rostered players. And now this Bertucci guy said yes, but still stars can match. Reed said yes. We'll take a look at the chemistry. You know, it could be him, it could be Jack Guy on that bottom D pair. Wassland rejects the offer. He said he went with a different offer, which I'm guessing was just the one the Sens gave him, probably multi-years. And as we expected, guys, Dallas did match. And now I sent through the first week of free agency, guys. Looking to see who's still available. Is honestly, we still need a third line center plus a fourth line center we could probably use as well. Bjork here wants 2.9. He's another RFA. Could play center. With the Florida Panthers playmaker there, really good passing. Not going to be helping us defensively at all, but honestly, 3C could help us out. I'll try offering him a little bit more money there. Second round pick. Hopefully Panthers are, at the salary cap max and can't match. Now Chandler Stevenson here, 84 overall at 37 years old. Wants to be 3C. I'm looking at him as a really good 4C. Has nobody interested right now. If we wait, could probably get him for under $2 million bucks. And actually, guys, I just realized we don't need a center because I was thinking on the depth chart, Ratu played left wing last year, but he actually is a natural center. So he'll be in the middle. The rookie will be on the right wing. Doro 5 here could play left wing for us. I definitely don't want a power forward because at the start we'll have 2 power forwards. And Doro 5 is a sniper, so he'd be a nice fit there. If he says no to us, I think honestly I might go a lot cheaper. We could bring in Panarin. Oh my gosh, he might be a cheat code. What those vets always are. 61 points last year. He's only 83, playmaker. Still has third eye, zone ability, ankle breaker, wants 2.9. Honestly, he's a cheat code. So I'm just going to offer him exactly what he's asking, 2.9. And he said he'll get back to me in a few days. I thought he was going to auto-accept, to be honest. And then like I was saying, guys, Chandler Stevenson I think could be a really nice 4C for us. Davidson dropped in rating again. We'll offer 1 year, $2 million. And he accepted. Okay, so we should still, we have 3.8 million for Panarin. If Bjork says yes, I mean, I'm fine with that too. He's a young player. I assume the Panthers will match. We're actually rejected. Decided to go with the Panthers instead. Waiting to hear back from Panarin. And he rejected. Decided to go with the Blackhawks. Wow, Panarin, yeah, that would have been, I think, kind of nasty. I mean, what can we do? We offered him exactly what he wanted. I guess we could have offered him more, what am I saying? Now, you know what, guys? Vincent Trocheck's here. 37 years old. 83 overall. He's got 91 faceoffs. Or actually, you know what, guys? Between Svechkov, Ratu, Stevenson, we should be set for like our 3 PK centers. Gensel here, though, kind of like the consolation prize to Panarin. He could be playing left wing. Ratu, the rookie, on the third line. He only wants 2.2. He does want 2 years. 1 year drops, so he'll be, I guess, the next GM's problem. Actually, offer an extra 25K to maybe make him accept immediately. And he does. Okay, so there we go. Jake Gensel on the third line. That should be fun. And now Finger here, guys, got offered 1.39 million by the Vegas Golden Knights, which honestly isn't terrible. One of our elite goalies, so I'll just match that. We have the money. Shouldn't hurt us too bad. Now, Finger was like the 81. Press the 85. He accepted the qualifying offer, which is really funny that, like, Finger was the one they offer sheeted. Now, we could move up 1 round, plus get probably a better third there. LA Kings instead of ours. Give up Yashin, medium top 6. I'm actually going to accept that trade from the Flames. And then Linglet there, who's our AHL backup, who's only a 78 at 24, but does have elite potential. He signed the offer sheet too. So in case you guys are confused, we had a bunch of goalies signed at the same time. Prush, who's in the NHL, 85 overall, signed the qualifying offer, only got 1.1 million. Whereas Finger, the AHL starter, he signed for 1.39. Most of that will be buried, so it's only going to cost us 150K to keep him. And then Linglet there also signed the qualifying. And we're now having conversations with Paul Maurice, guys, about next season. Curious to see where he has us. Again, he's got us competing for the Stanley Cup. I mean, how many times have we seen that? And I've yet to make it out of the second round. Preseason focus, I think this year is definitely going to be strength training. A lot of guys have not great physical. I think -3, -2 discipline isn't too bad of a negative. And now next year, I'll show what the team is looking like for next season. I'm hoping this year is our year, obviously, our last chance here at Stanley Cup. So we still got Philip Forsberg on that first line, even though he's down to 86. He's coming off his second straight 100-plus point season. 3 of the last 4 years he's hit 100. He's playing with Stenberg's now at 93. Marner's dropped to a 93 with the +5. They're playing like 98. Durio there's an 87 now. Snipe X Factor. Svechkov here, kind of honestly an unsung hero of this team. Now 91 overall. Just such a good all-around player. 5-star. Puck skills, defense, physical. The shot's not great, but skating and senses are also both solid. Misa there's a 91, that second line. You got Brooks here, the first overall pick. Franchise potential, power forward. Unfortunately, no X factors, even though he's got that franchise potential, but still I think he's going to have a big season. Ratu there in the middle actually has the injury X factor now. Gensel on his right wing. Joshua, Stevenson, and Stenberg on the fourth line. They're getting a +2. Defensively here, we're running back Luke Hughes, Brant Clark on the top pair with the +5. Kind of funny too, Clark with the spinorama X Factor. Should have pointed that out before. We then have Cripps and Tapper on the second pairing. Tapper here is ace on overall now, elite potential. So we should just keep getting better and better. And then bottom pairing here is actually Cameron Reed and Mertka. Mertka is for 6'6". I expected to have better physical stats. For some reason, they just haven't gone up. That's why hopefully that preseason focus will help. He does have 89D awareness. And then Reed there has got 90D awareness. So they're both doing really sound defensively. Not going to be, throwing out big hits or getting into fights like Jack Guy, but probably better for the team. And then Prust here is now an 87. Same rating as Saros. So we'll see. We could run a tandem, or we could honestly just send Press down to the AHL and then call up Finger to be the backup. That way Saros plays more. You guys let me know in the comments section. In terms of the AHL team, they're kind of stacked. Like Gutte's down there now, so the first line looks nuts. Kantsarov, Green's still there, they're a good playmaker. Fedotov, I mean, we got 2 80s on the third line. Like, that's pretty impressive. Davidson was 4th line NHL, now he's 4th line AHL. He's down to a 78. Unfortunately, just kind of, played himself out. We do have Jack top pair with Buckinger, a couple 79s there, rest of the team. So, AHL team, really cannot complain either. I think they should have a good shot when they call their cup in the final season. Now, for the video here, guys, I'll show you the ratings for that 8th and final season. So, NHL team here has 93 offense, 86 defense. I'm honestly surprised not higher than that. And then 90 goaltending, so the goaltending has gone up. Defense, unfortunately, went down. But overall, I feel like the team isn't too bad, especially, due to everything we were dealing with. Dallas team, though, is stacked. You can see all those X factors. So, we'll see if in the 8th and final year we can actually get by the Dallas Stars and maybe win our first Stanley Cup. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.